Good morning and welcome to another segment with LU Life Church. And this is your host, the Reverend Dr. Dornicia Palmer. Well, here we are, the 1st of August. Happy August to you, the beginning of a new section of the year. Wonderful things in store for you. But before I go into our segment, today I just want to start off by praying for those that are grieving the loss of a job, a loved one, your sense of humor, finances, a relationship, whatsoever you're going through today, and you feel the sense of grieving. In this moment, I reach in on your behalf and I pray. Right now, I pray life for you. Life in your soul, life in your pocketbook, life, the presence, peace. I want to make an arrest on your grief, on your loss, on your hurt. I want to make an arrest today. And I announce liberty, hope, peace. Amen. I let it be, and so it is. This morning, I'm going to invite you to stay with me, to stick around. I know so often we listen to a few minutes and then we're off. Listen through to the end, please, my friend. There is a blessing in the healing room. I said there is a blessing for you in the healing room today. Today, the first day of August, 2021. Wow, how quickly the year has flown. I want to share with you the wonderful truths of speaking and feeling. It's a little gem. It is, how could we say this? It's worth £1,000,000. So if you want to donate at the end of the segment, you can go to the description below and you will see a PayPal link. And you can press on that link. Now, I've heard a few people saying they've had problem, or you can go straight through to the PayPal website and you can make a donation to lulifechurch@gmail.com. Putting fun and joke aside though, this gem is worth $1,000,000 or £1,000,000 because it will save you a lifetime from worry and fear. It will save your marriage. It will save you money and give you an edge over every obstacle that you're facing or will ever face. What is that gem? What is that tip? The tip is this: what you speak, you feel. What you think, you do. Now continue to listen throughout this next segment. Did you know that your so-called enemies, what you call your enemies, is not outside of you, but they are a part of your internal system, that of your thought processes and unclosed tabs of those same thoughts, repeating, those closed tabs of thoughts that are repeating and repeating. What do we call those things that continually repeat way after you have closed your system? We call them cache. C-A-C-H-E. I used to pronounce them cache, cache. And that's happening on your computer, but that is also happening on our internal system. You see, like attract like. That's right. Like attract like. And unconscious negatives form a subgroup which flashes up at every opportunity it gets. We can always call this the subconscious because there are subgroups, they're like little sub-files in the inner system, and they quickly flash up every opportunity they get. They keep those negative thoughts repeating and repeating. And so that is why sometimes when we call it repent, or when we say we're sorry, or when we think we've cleared our mind, and we get, we just get a few moments, and there they come, flashing back in, and all that sorrow, all that pain, all that negative, because the unclosed tabs are running in the background. But listen through and we'll see how can we close the door and how can we get rid of that. So here we have it, those subgroups, it flashes up at every opportunity it gets running in the background. We will call this the subconscious. You see, God expects to live us as God. And God is ever present. So remember, the subgroup, which really is supposed to be temporary, is continually growing and growing and growing in the background because we haven't done anything about it. But it's not meant to be there all the time. What is meant to be there is your life itself, the captain of your life, the creator of your life, the goodness of your life. We call God. So God expects to live us as God. And God ever presence is what we call consciousness, the conscious state. This is where life is calling you and I, is calling us to live, to move, and to have being. Jesus, in his Christhood, said to his team, while still in body form, my kingdom is not of this world. Also quoted to have said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. He was submerged within the conscious state, the presentness of God living him, the very life of the universe as his being. And from such he spoke, not from the subgroup, but from the very consciousness. And what did I say is the consciousness? The consciousness that God expects to live us as God. God ever present is what we call the conscious state. And this is where life calls us to live, move, and have being. It is not good enough. I repeat, it is not good enough for us just to quote scriptures. They won't help you just quoting them. What are you saying? Oh my goodness. I am saying they must be eaten. Eaten, yes. E-A-T. Yeah, yes. Eaten, digested, regurgitated, for them to be fully utilized in the soul, mind, and body. When this happens, here is your health and well-being, your wholeness, and your success. Do you get this? Can you grab hold of it? If you can, then get up right now and holler, dance, shout. I say shout. Some just want to say amen and hallelujah when they hear what Moses did or what Abraham either the Abraham in the Bible or the Abraham Lincoln, but that will do you no good. Just hearing what they did. Of course, it might tickle you and you might feel good for a bit until next Sunday or the sermon after that. But when life grab hold of you, rather when truth grabs hold of you, when you grab hold of that truth and it twists you round, turn you right side up, then something grab hold of you and it won't let you down. You can then ride roughshod over obstacles. You can pick up those obstacles and you can say to those obstacles, there. Thank you, cause you have now caused me to cross over. Can I hear some soul gurgling right now? Is that you? Is that you? Go ahead then and holler and say, Amen. Praise God. How do we deal with this? There are no enemies out there. You were fearful before the situation even noticed you. What am I saying? I'm saying you attracted what we call enemies to us. You attracted it to you. Oh, yes. How do you do this? By thinking, I do not want this or I wouldn't want that. How many scenes since childhood have we had of I don't like, I wouldn't like, supposing what if it could have been me? All this, remember what I'm saying? All this, yes, this subconscious, your open portal for garbage or for goodness, but it's open and it took all that garbage in, it sucked it all in. And guess what? The door was left open. And after a while, when the door is left open, the house gets full of unfulfilled quotes, sayings, and thoughts. Then they start producing and spreading like wild virus until there's a pandemic of negatives eating away, causing havoc in your pocketbook, in your relationship, in your health, in your home, in your job, etc., etc. Now, the opposite is also true. You see, when you envisage good, good thoughts, when you envisage good thoughts and have good thoughts, you think of the good, that which is pleasant, that which is right, circumstances, scenarios, and situations. Here you begin to create a whole nother set of pictures. You are creating fulfilled dreams and ideas, dreams that are pregnant. And then sooner or later, they will produce. But guess what? They will produce good fruit. They will produce beauty. They will produce joy. Our doors closes so that, sometimes one door closes so that another can open. But we have left those doors open. The door of negative. Today, I am here to help you close those doors. Oh, hallelujah. Go ahead and holler. Close them, close them, close them. I say, I close every door of thought that is and has been an hindrance to your progress. I close every door of thought that has impinged on my financial well-being. Will you say that with me? I'm going to say, my representing you today. I close every door of thought that has impinged on my financial well-being. Say these words with me today. Be healed today. Welcome to the healing room. We're going to close those sub-doors. Remember, it's called a subconscious. We're going to take deliberate action. And we're going to determine and decide your future and come into that conscious state, that God state that you can experience. Oh, healing. So say these words with me. I close every door of thought that is and has been a hindrance to my progress. That's right. I close every door of thought that has impinged on my financial well-being. I close the door of thoughts surrounding ill health, poverty, malice, hatred, fear, smallness, timidity, bad habits, foul mouthness. I close the door of thoughts around lack and brokenness. I close the door of thoughts around abandonment and greed. I close the door of thoughts of resistance to change and growth. I close the door of thoughts on debts, bankruptcy, low energy. I close the door of thoughts around ghosts, evil spirits, witchcraft, and necromancy. I close the door of thoughts around religiosity, whoredom, and unspeakable immoral thoughts involving sexuality. I close the door of thoughts around being better than anybody else. I close the door of thoughts of not being good enough. I close the door and thoughts of childhood hurts and failure, mishap, mistakes, abuse. I close the door. I close the door. I close the door. Slam it, shut, sealed, locked. Amen. Now, see, take a deep breath and transmute the key into the golden key that opens the door of thoughts. Now you have closed the door of thoughts that is negative. You are now cleaning out the cache. You are cleaning out those negative portals. And you are opening the door with your conscious key realization huh, to what is possible. And all things are possible to those who believe. Do you believe today? Will you believe today? Here is your invitation. New thoughts for your subfolder. Create a new folder in your soul. Mark it subfolder. Become aware. How do you do that? Become aware of every thought you allow in from now on. Clear the cache every thought. That's right. If you catch yourself thinking something that you do not want, catch it and say the words that we just did. I close the door of thought on and echo what that thought was. What was that thought? Oh, I'm not going to make it. Oh, I might not be good enough. Oh, he doesn't love me. Oh, she doesn't love me. Oh, I am alone. Oh, I'm not good enough. Oh, look what's happening to me. All of those thoughts. Oh, I'm so angry. Oh, this, oh, that. You can use those powerful words of affirmation. I close every door of thought that is blah, blah, blah. And by doing that, you transmute that key into the golden key that open new thoughts into the new subfolder. And you become every aware of every thought that is being allowed in. Clear your cache every thought, every day, every second. Catch it and then delete it. Delete the ones that doesn't serve your best desires. Let's take a moment right here. I call this a deliberate moment. Just allow time to slide by. We've got time. It's okay. Let's take this moment. Open your subfolder of your soul and spirit by saying it's okay. Say it. It's okay. It's going to be okay from now on. Will you say that? It's going to be okay from now on. Go on. It's okay. It's going to be okay from now on. One more time. It's okay. It's going to be okay from now on. Now add these words. I let it be, and so it is. I am totally okay. It is totally okay. Amen. Amen. You see, no religious act of habit or service will save you. Only that of being good. For heaven's sake, be good. Be great. Be well. Be whole. Be light. Be. 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 Amen. If you have not yet subscribed, press the subscribe button below. To make a donation, go to the PayPal link below or subscribe, go to the link or to PayPal Direct and make your donations to lulifechurch@gmail.com. Thank you in advance. Leave your comments in the comment box below. They're very encouraging to me, to other people. Give us a thumbs up and be an angel, won't you? And forward this segment to 10 people and receive your 10 rewards coming right back at you. This is LU Life Church, and I am the Reverend Dr. Donicia Palmer. Until next time, thank you, be well, be okay.